And all right, let's begin. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddhang saranang gacchami, Dhammang saranang gacchami, Sanghang saranang gacchami, Dutiyampi Buddhang saranang gacchami, Dutiyampi Dhammang saranang gacchami, Dutiyampi Sanghang saranang Tatyampi Buddhang saranang gacchami. Tatyampi Dhammang saranang gacchami. Tatyampi Sanghang saranang gacchami. Anatipata Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami. I undertake the training role to abstain from taking life. Adinadana Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami. I undertake the training role to abstain from taking what is not given. Kame Pumi Chachara Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami. I undertake the training role to abstain from sensual misconduct. Musawada Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami. I undertake the training role to abstain from false speech. Sura Mirya Madhya Madatana Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami. I undertake the training role to abstain from intoxicating drinks and drugs that cause me heedlessness. Silena sugating yanti, silena bhuga sampada, silena nibuting yanti, tasma silang usodaye. With goodness, good birth is gained. With goodness, wealth is achieved. With goodness, perfect peace attained. Therefore, morality should be purified. All right, let's begin Amy's chant. I can call everyone to recite it. Amy sent around the link. For those of you who don't have it, just when you hear the English, just go ahead and reflect on the meaning. Hannamayanga dinya pachawe kita pachawe kang patang manamase jaradammomi jaranganatito. I am subject to aging. Aging is unavoidable. Yadidammomi jaranganatito. I am subject to illness. Illness is unavoidable. Maranandammomi marananganatito. I am subject to death. Death is unavoidable. Sabehi me piehi mana pehi nana bawo vina bawo. I will grow different, separate from all that is dear and appealing to me. Kama sakomi kama dayado kama yoni kama bandhu kama paritarano. I am the owner of my actions, heir to my actions, born of my actions, related through my actions, and live dependent on my actions. Yang kamang karisami kalyanang wa papakang wa tasabdaya do parisami. Whatever I do, for good or for evil, to that will I fall heir. Ewang amehi abinyang pachawe kitabang. We should often reflect on this. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Thank you. That was fun. I hope you all enjoyed that chant. All right, so let's begin the meditation, the guided meditation. Let's see. We have more people on, so welcome everyone. All right. Everyone take a comfortable seated posture. Begin with feeling the weight on the ground, the heaviness. If you're seated at your sit bones, feel you're weighted evenly right and left. You're not leaning more on your right side or your left, or leaning too far forward or too far back. Try and feel weighted evenly. Your vertebrae stacked comfortably one on top of each other. Let your arms feel heavy so that your shoulder and neck muscles lengthen. Relax your jaw, relax your eyes, relax your lips, your tongue, your palate. Relax your throat. Let everything sink. Feel a sense of peace come over you. And now try and breathe with every cell of the body, breathing in a full breath. 3-part breath, belly, middle, upper chest. And then exhale completely. And begin again. Breathe fully, 3 parts, belly, middle, upper chest, and then repeat. Release the upper chest, middle, lower. In breaths should feel refreshing. Out breaths should feel relaxing. Use the breath for your health, for your sanity, for your centeredness, for calm, to cultivate wisdom, joy, gratitude in life, to return to the basics, simple functions of life, to keep your mind grounded in the present moment, to keep it from flying off to the future, off to the past, to give it a home base, to give it a home, to give your heart a soothing moment in the present moment. Cultivate a respect for this breath. Cultivate a respect for a relaxing breath and how that heals the body, removes stress. Look at what breathing in a stressful way does to the body. Breaks it up into pieces. The body feels agitated. The mind feels disconnected from the body. The heart races. It's an uncomfortable feeling. It's an unhealthy feeling. There's no reason why you can't live your life from a peaceful center. To begin that path, you need practice for a whole hour every day, just breathing peacefully and maintaining a peaceful breath center. Don't let any stressful thoughts jump into the present moment. Your peaceful breath is like your PPE against other people's stressful thoughts and stressful lies from infecting you. Begin to breathe in a natural way if you haven't already. Begin to notice the subtle vibrations of the breath. Let them resonate through the whole entire body. As you watch the sensations of breathing, the in breathing sensations and the out breathing sensations, where does your mind gravitate to? Everyone has a certain gravity in a breath spot. Is it the belly? Notice how it floats out and floats in. Settle your mind in that weight at the belly. It can draw a lot of stress out of the mind and the heart and the body. It can weight down the mind, which has a tendency to fly away. If you're mentally quick and subject to flights of fancy and imaginations and worries, and your mind darts around, choose a breath spot or a home base in a low center of gravity below the heart. Sometimes you just need training wheels. You need to put your mind at the abdomen. Sometimes it's good to just commit to that spot for a few minutes before putting your mind at a spot above the heart where sensations are faster and more subtle, cooler. Those sensations are warmer in the lower abdomen. Things move more slowly. Feel like a glue form between the mind and the sensations of the breath at the spot you're watching the breath at. Create a geography in your mind, a map of your breath spot. Its size, depth, layer beyond layer, borders. What area are you looking at the breath spot? Try and keep your mind nestled in that spot. Trick is to follow it continuously so there are no hiccups or slips. Your mind doesn't slide off the breath spot. It's fully supported. What I mean by that is the mind stays continuously with the changing sensations at that breath spot. They're constantly changing. One breath is slightly longer, another is slightly shorter. You might have sensations that start to disappear that you've been watching as you start to breathe in more and more subtle ways. Notice how thoughts of the future and the past change that breath, but not for the good. They speed it up, intensify it, increase the heat when you feel anger or desire. And notice how when the mind is free of those states, how the sensations there become more subtle, cooler, broader, vibrating throughout the entire body. Explore, be curious, play. Investigate. What is unique about this in-breath or this out-breath? What if your life depended on it? That your mindfulness was your life? That your moments of mindlessness interspersed between the beginning of an in-breath and the end of an in-breath, or the beginning of an out and the end of an out? What if those moments where you fly off, what if those were really mini deaths? You're giving up on truly living in the present moment. The Buddha gave analogies to encourage us to think this way. Every microsecond that you can stay mindful of the breath sensations along the whole cycle of breathing, one after the other, is great merit that you can dedicate to yourself or to others, to the world, to world peace. It's a great karmic wealth that you're building up. It's not to be taken lightly. If you feel guilty about having been mindless in the past and having said or done stupid things, well, now's your chance to fill that gap. The more mindfulness and control you have to stay in the present moment, the less you're going to slip into bad behaviors in the future. We protect our goodness, our generosity, and our voluntary ethical conduct of being a good person and a kind and compassionate purpose. We protect all this with our practice of staying with the breath. And by so doing, we create safety for ourselves in the present moment and in the future. So I'm going to be quiet for a while, and I want you to encourage yourself, remind yourself about why you're here in the present moment with the breath. How important it is to cultivate a beautiful center for yourself, for the flourishing of your goodness and wisdom, for the flourishing of your happiness. The mind slips off, just bring it back. There's a new moment of mindfulness waiting for you. Just reconnect with the present moment. The more you keep it up, the easier it becomes. There's a mindfulness momentum that builds. It's a subtle energy where the mind just nestles in to the present moment. It gets used to having a home in the breath sensations. And it doesn't slide away anymore. But it's built on what we call initial effort, which builds sustained effort. So to create that sustained and sustaining effort that can feel effortless, you need many, many initial efforts, initiating efforts. Moments where you mindfully and consciously reconnect the mind to the sensations of breathing. So practice that efforting, just calmly, not angrily, not judging yourself. We reconnect through curiosity. It's a hook. What is this breath? What was the last one? Oh, interesting. Things are calming down. What a lovely, sweet sensation in the breath. Let me stay with that for a while. So this is the type of useful reflection connected to the breath that leads to deeper states. If you have a chatty mind, you can count the breath. So in, one, out, one, in breath, two, out breath, two. And go all the way up to 8, and then return from 8 to 1. If you're struggling with sleepiness or laziness, or the opposite, restlessness, too much thinking, which we call doubt, bring the mind back into the physicality of the breath. Notice the changing nature, the changes in temperature, hot to cold, along the course of in and out breathing. Changes in pressure, which we call air element, inflation, pressures, and deflation at the abdomen or wherever your breath spot is. Feeling of liftedness when you breathe in, and the feeling of lowering, softening when you breathe out. The earthy qualities of stability, structure in the breath, support, strength, weakness. Those are earth elements. Notice how they constantly change and shift. This is one of the 6 mindfulness practices in body contemplation of the Satipatthana Sutta. Just stay grounded here. Notice changes in moisture, stickiness, how the mind sticks to the breath or doesn't or slips off it. Notice how that changes throughout the cycle of the breath. These 4 elements are very profound meditation. They can take you very deep into the breath and very deep into your understanding of impermanence, change. They can atomize the self, sever the link between your selfing practice, constructing a permanent self. My first meditation teacher started me off on 4 element practice and took me on a deep dive into this practice. It's very powerful. Investigate the nature of these elements. They're called elements because they exist in the world, not just in you. They come from the world. There's no separate you. Notice how consciousness and awareness shifts, how the feelings around these elements shift and change. Perceptions shift, change, evolve. There's no permanent hold on pleasant feeling for all these sensations. Consciousness might depend on the intensity of that feeling, positive or negative. You might be ignoring the neutral sensations. The in-between states. Notice thoughts and intentions that arise with respect to these feelings, positive or negative, how those are constantly shifting and changing. There's construction of the breath that operates through all these mechanisms. Let these perceptions of impermanence create a slower, more subtle, more acceptance of the natural in your mind, the natural breathing, natural birth of a sensation, its short existence and then its death, and then a new one appears and disappears. As you breathe in, not necessarily increasing your breath, but breathe to feed your whole body, every cell. It's not a stressful thought, it's a softer, quieter, it's a deep, subtle layer. Your whole body is connected in this peaceful, centered state. You can even breathe into the right hip and breathe down the right leg, releasing any tension that is built up in your meditation. Like your right leg is completely hollow, right to the bottom of your foot. And you breathe through the right leg and you release tension from there. You can breathe into the left leg, hollow, breathe through, nothing blocking, open, calm, light, warm, relaxed, empty. Breathe into the abdomen, middle, upper chest, filling. Breathe into the right shoulder, through the right hand, completely filling the space. Breathe into the left shoulder, down the left arm. Breathe in so that the whole body is connected and relaxed. Vibrating. Breathe to feel full. When you're full, you don't need anything. You're not craving and clinging. The initial goal is to feel this fullness, this non-wanting state. You're not looking for anything but to be in this blissful present moment. You're not hungry for the potato chips of the mind and the unhealthy foods. You've had your full on a very healthy meal, calm breathing. The mind is centered and connected with the body. It's not looking for anything. This is a state of purity, collectedness. It's a rare, perfect state of goodness for the mind. To feel settled. To feel grateful to be in this space. Troubles are far away. Cultivating a healthy mind and a healthy heart and a healthy body. Once you've connected within in this way, your mind and your heart and your body are working together. Your breath spot might shift. You might find a more subtle place to put your attention, where you can feel the in-breath and the out-breath and the subtle sensations of breathing. You might feel the breath like silk touching, traversing through your body. You might feel a chill or experience lights or a feeling of lightness. You might feel everything from the exhilaration of joy to the deep centeredness of contentment, or to just a wakefulness in the mind. Ultimately, you'll just feel a perfectly quiet and silent mind, fully immersed in the present moment. We can practice metta or friendliness. You can start with this practice, end with it. You can start with yourself. May I be well, happy and peaceful. Repeat that over and over until a deeper state of relaxation is achieved in the mind. Often when we practice metta, we wonder whether we're worthy of these refined sentiments for ourselves, or silly thoughts, really. It's all about creating a better karma, a better home and centeredness for your mind. It's about taking control of the driving wheel in your car in life and not letting runaway thoughts drive you into bad neighborhoods. About steering yourself towards greener pastures and nicer views and greater protection. Not giving in to habitual negative thinking. So do this all day long, whenever you're not doing anything or don't know what to do. Set your mind on the right course. May I be well, happy and peaceful. We're living in unprecedented times of suffering right now. Not only for ourselves, this solitude, confinement, our way of life has been radically ripped away from us. We're eating differently, sleeping differently, interacting differently, unsettling. We don't know how long this will last. We don't know which of our loved ones will fall ill. You have this present moment now. Make the most of it. It's a blessing just to bring your mind into this state of peace. It's a blessing that can reverberate throughout the entire world. There's so many people suffering around our globe. Not just from COVID-19, there's been diseases around the globe for centuries, millennia. This one is particularly dangerous. We have to be mindful of what we touch. Make it a game to remember, free from worry. What needs to be cleaned, in what order. Send your blessings from your heart, that feeling of fullness and goodness to all those who are suffering, to all the healthcare workers, to all the loved ones of all the sick patients in the world, to all the staff and supporting workers, to all those who are financially funding cures and vaccines, and to all those who are trying to do the right thing. To all those who are feeding us and continuing to pick the plants and food we need to eat and ship them and stock them on our shelves and deliver them. And to all those who are hungry, who've lost jobs or will lose jobs. Send the blessings to our leaders who are in need of wisdom, compassion, and generosity, management and organizational skills. With a sincere, united wish, let all of us together bring our hearts together and wish that all beings be well. May all beings be healthy, safe, protected. May all beings reap the benefits of their good actions. May they be free from harm, free from suffering, free from grief, free from fear. May they live happily and be at ease. May we quickly find an end, a cure, or a vaccine. May all those with runaway thoughts and fears and anxieties and stress, may they all melt away. May they find a technique or prayer or meditation practice to calm them. May they quickly find release from all suffering. Cultivate this feeling as if there's no obstacle. Send this feeling of friendliness to all beings, this wish of wellness, happiness, peace for all beings, unobstructed in the forward direction, without limit, without exception, to all beings in the backwards direction, behind you. No limit. The light from your heart shines to the right of you. It shines to all beings without exception, visible or invisible, small, middling, large, coming to be or already existing. In whatever form beings find themselves, may they receive the blessings from your heart. May all beings to your left, unobstructed, without enmity, may your heart shine forth. May you find a solidity and a base in your heart. May all beings above you, just as below, may all beings everywhere, in all directions, may all beings be well, happy, and peaceful. From this base, keep your mind in the present moment with the breath, and breathe with this wish in your heart. Notice the increased concentration, the lightness and softness, the ease of mindfulness. Let the breath be like a wave, a vibration. It becomes so refined and so pure. The mind becomes refined and pure. Let the heart be gentle. Center. Relax. Stable and secure. You could find your way to this safety on your own now. You know the path. You can do this practice on your own and support others to find their way on this path. We've joined our mindfulness energies together today. I'm very grateful for this community. We've maintained virtual connections. Thank you for your practice and your friendship. try and find a mindfulness that you can support throughout this entire day, week. May you all be well, happy, and peaceful. Thank you, everyone. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu. Thank you, Robert. That was beautiful.
Thank you. That was very nice. I appreciate it.
Sadhu, sadhu. Thank you.